In this video, I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can improve your karate. Now, before we get to that, we've just started a Patreon channel. Myself and one of my black belts, Nat Hearn, probably seen his YouTube channel before. Check out the first link in the video description to find that Patreon channel. So, starting off, first tip to improve your karate: be more conscious. Don't just go through the motions of techniques. Always think about what you're doing. Think about how you're applying the technique, how your body is moving, and always be kind of thinking. One of the most common things I see when I'm teaching is people are kind of just doing the motions, and then it becomes more of an exercise class, like an aerobic session, because instead of consciously thinking about improving your technique, you're simply just ingraining bad mistakes most of the time. So consciously think about your training. The second tip, one that I strongly believe in, and a lot of people seem to disagree with, is get stronger. Being stronger improves everything, in my opinion. I'm not talking about putting on 100 pounds of muscle mass necessarily, but being stronger will improve your martial arts significantly and also very quickly. Quite often the issue is just simply strength. People ask about how they can improve their kicks and how they can improve this and that. Strengthen the hips, strengthen the core. These kind of things are going to improve your karate so quickly. If you take up a strength training program, 3 months down the line, you will see a rapid increase in your martial arts ability. Number 3, make sure you are taking care of your mobility. Okay, not just static flexibility, as in static stretches, but actual mobility exercises where we're moving through active ranges of motion. I've got quite a few videos on this channel that covers that kind of stuff, and also over on the Patreon there'll be things covering that as well. But basically, we need to be taking our limbs through the full ranges of motion. Upper body, lower body, the midsection, everything. An improvement in your mobility will improve your technique and your martial arts. The 4th point, always ask questions. It's quite a traditional thing to just say os in the dojo, and just follow the orders of the sensei teaching. However, this is kind of an outdated approach, I think, and doesn't fit so well, at least in Western culture. I think it's important to question why you're doing things, because this is the quickest way we learn. If you're just blindly following for years and years and years, you're never actually understanding why you're doing something. You may have a question in your mind and you're constantly doing something wrong. Your front kick's not working, for example. Ask the question, why do we do it this way? And why do we not do it this way? Always ask questions. It's not disrespectful. Most of the time, if you ask a question, the people in your class are also thinking the same thing. And the sensei can then address that issue, now before it's too late. The 5th point is to slow down. People are too much in a rush with their technique a lot of the time. Speed kills technique. Get your technique down first, clean your technique up, understand how the movement works, and then add speed later. Good technique creates speed anyway. So make sure that we are understanding how exactly to do the motion. If we're making a front kick or maegeri, I want to understand how that kick comes first. Draw the knee up, extend the kick, snap the kick out before we start adding speed to it. I want to be able to control my kicks and my motions as I'm moving forwards before I add the speed. I see it all too often. You teach a technique and people want to go 100 miles an hour from the beginning, and the technique is non-existent. It takes time to develop good technique, but once the technique is developed, speed comes as a result of that. So if there's anything you could add to this list, drop it in the comments below. Don't forget to check out that Patreon if you're interested in the link in the description of this video. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.